pack your bags. You have 24 hours. My mom's words hit like ice water. Diane Carter stood in the kitchen doorway holding her coffee like a prop, steam curling upward while cold fury settled in her eyes. My dad, Richard, appeared behind her waving a printed email with the confidence of someone who'd never actually read a legal document in his life. "Our lawyer says we can legally evict you," he announced, voice carrying that particular self-righteousness that had haunted my entire childhood. What they didn't know was that I had my own legal surprise waiting in the county records. Before you judge how I responded, hear the whole story. My name is Lauren Carter. 6 months ago, I was a people-pleasing project coordinator at a mid-sized marketing firm in downtown Cincinnati, the kind of person who brought coffee for the whole office, stayed late without being asked, and apologized when other people bumped into me at the grocery store. Then the layoffs hit in early 2021. One day, I was managing client campaigns. The next, I was cleaning out my desk while my manager avoided eye contact. My parents owned Carter's Hardware, a small family shop hemorrhaging money faster than they could count it. "Come home temporarily," they said, "just until you get back on your feet." That was 3 years ago. The house purchase happened quickly. My grandmother's life insurance policy had come through, $47,500 that was supposed to be my independence fund. But Dad found a 3-bedroom ranch in a quiet suburb, and suddenly we were all at the title company signing papers together. "Joint tenants with right of survivorship," the notary explained. "Equal ownership, regardless of who paid what." I thought it meant we were finally a real team. My portion of the house became my sanctuary. I had my routines. Morning coffee runs, Taylor Swift on my commute, Sunday dinners where I'd bit my tongue while my younger brother Tyler got praised for the most basic adulting. Last month, I found an HOA violation notice stuffed behind the coffee maker. "Tree trimming overdue," addressed to Lauren Carter as primary contact. When I asked about it, Mom just shrugged. "You handle the house stuff now, sweetie. We're getting older." Older, but apparently not too old to plan my eviction. My parents saw a daughter living in their basement. I saw someone keeping their house out of foreclosure. My mortgage auto-pay had been covering the $1,190 monthly payment for 38 straight months. The new roof after the storm. $2,800 on my credit card. The HVAC system that died last winter. $6,200 financed through my credit union. The property tax bill arrived 2 weeks ago, addressed to Lauren E. Carter as primary taxpayer. 3rd year running. When had I become the only responsible adult in this house? The first red flag came through Instagram. Tyler's fiancée, Becca, posted a story from their wedding venue tour. Chandeliers, ballroom, the works. The caption read, "Thanks Mom and Dad for making our dream wedding possible." I screenshot it before it disappeared. When I confronted Tyler, he shrugged. They said they had it handled. Something about selling the house after your lease is up. My lease. That was news to me. The family meeting that followed was an ambush. Dad had a color-coded spreadsheet printed on premium paper. According to his calculations, my total contribution to the household was $12,000, not $47,500 for the down payment, not $44,840 in mortgage payments, not nearly $19,000 in improvements. Just $12,000, framed as rent equivalent minus food and utilities. "We've been more than fair," Mom said in her old teacher voice. "But Tyler needs to start his life. And frankly, so do you." A realtor's card was already sitting on the counter. "What about my share?" I asked, my voice smaller than I wanted it to be. Mom's laugh was sharp. "Your share? Sweetheart, you've been living here rent-free for 3 years. If anything, you owe us." That night, I sat in my car in a Target parking lot, stress-eating crackers and running numbers on my phone. Even at a fair asking price, the way they were talking made it clear they had zero intention of giving me anything. I texted my college friend Priya, who worked as a paralegal at a legal aid clinic. "Emergency, can we meet tomorrow?" Property law question. Over coffee the next morning, she listened to the whole timeline. The life insurance money, the house hunt, the closing documents. She took notes, asked questions about deed language I'd never paid attention to. Then she looked up from her legal pad. Lauren, they cannot evict you. Legally impossible. You're not a tenant. You're a co-owner in a joint tenancy. That's a completely different legal relationship. She pulled up the county recorder's website right there at the table. The deed was clear. 3 names listed as joint tenants with right of survivorship. Lauren E. Carter, Richard M. Carter, Diane P. Carter. Equal ownership, equal rights, equal say in any sale. They've been lying to me, I whispered. Or lying to themselves, she said gently. Sometimes people believe their own version so hard they forget what's actually legal. Then she had me check my bank records. My parents hadn't made a single mortgage payment since the previous October. Every dollar had come from my account, including a $45 late fee when their payment bounced. They weren't just trying to take my equity. They'd been letting me fund the mortgage for months without telling me. A real estate attorney named Victoria Huang confirmed everything during a consultation downtown. Joint tenancy, she said, reviewing my documents. Your parents' threatening eviction is like me threatening to evict my law partner from our shared office? Legally nonsensical. She laid out 3 options. Force a partition sale through the courts, negotiate a buyout, or simply call their bluff and stay put. Without my mortgage payments, she explained, they were facing foreclosure within 6 months. Their credit scores had dropped too far to refinance without me. I held more leverage than I'd ever realized. Tyler's fiancée, Becca, called me directly 2 days later, voice shaking. Please don't ruin our wedding. Jake's parents, Tyler's parents, they promised us $8,000 for the venue. We already put deposits down. By the time we hung up, she understood exactly what was happening. Oh my God, she whispered. They're stealing from you to pay for our wedding. The family meeting the following Sunday felt like a deposition. All 4 of them sat across the dining room table where I'd eaten 1,000 meals. Dad pulled out what he claimed was a quitclaim deed, bearing my signature, dated 6 months back. I dialed Victoria's office and put her on speaker. Her voice filled the room. Quitclaim deeds in Ohio require notarization to be valid. Joint tenancy can only be severed by specific methods under the Ohio Revised Code. Any attempt to coerce a co-owner into surrendering property rights could constitute fraud. She paused. Also, co-owners cannot evict each other, period. Dad's confident smirk collapsed in real time. The silence that followed was the loudest thing I'd ever heard in that house. You raised me to be strong, I said, standing up. Then you got upset when I actually used it. Negotiations took 2 weeks, not a courtroom showdown, but a series of tense kitchen conversations that felt like surgery without anesthesia. The final agreement was straightforward. My parents would buy out my 1/3 interest for $85,000 within 60 days and refinance the mortgage entirely in their names. How they'd manage that with their damaged credit wasn't my problem anymore. Tyler's wedding scaled down from a country club event to a community center celebration. Becca later admitted she'd always preferred something intimate anyway. The first night in my new apartment, I ordered Thai food and ate it straight from the containers while streaming whatever I wanted. The silence wasn't lonely. It was peaceful. I hadn't realized how much energy I'd spent bracing for conflict until I didn't have to anymore. Coffee tastes different when nobody's judging your choices. My parents and I have settled into cautious civility. They invite me to family dinners. I come when I want to and decline when I don't. Tyler texted me 6 weeks after the buyout closed. I get it now. Sorry I called you selfish. At 29, I finally understood what I should have known for years. Protecting yourself isn't selfish, it's just survival. And sometimes the people who taught you to be strong are the very same ones who get angry when you finally start using it.